You've made your first TpT product. Now, what do you need to do to post it? This is a question I keep getting asked in my one-on-ones and in my membership, so I thought I'd make a video that's for everybody. We're going to be working our way through this document, which you will be able to download, and it is full of links to videos and templates to help you through your process of getting everything ready so that you can post your first product. So first, to get ready to post your product to TpT, first, obviously you've made the product. Now you need to upload it. Before you do that, there's some things you're going to want to make. The first is a thank you page. This is a page that goes with the product, thanking the customers for buying the product. A lot of times people put instructions on how to use the product, and it's going to invite them back to your store or onto your email list or to follow you on social media or something so that you can continue to follow up with this customer so that they're much more likely to become a repeat purchaser. And there is a template here that I'm going to share with you. If you're in my membership or if you're in my course for your first $1,000 on TpT, all these templates are provided for you in those. You don't need to purchase them. But if you're not in either of those and you want to purchase them, the links are there. So after you make the thank you page, you're going to want to make some different images. The first is the cover image. This is one image. It's the main image that you see when you see a product on Teachers Pay Teachers. There are 3 thumbnail images and there is a preview file, and you're going to make multiple images for this preview file. Now, I'm not going to go into how to make these in this video. There are training videos attached here. You can download this for free. There are templates here that you can also download for free, and I'm going to show you what this looks like in one moment. The last thing that you might want to make a video preview file. Not a lot of people do that. It's not as important as the other ones. However, it can really help your sales, your conversion rates if you do this. So now I want to show you what a product looks like so that we can talk about these different images. There's a good training here that I do recommend you watch. I recommend you watch all these trainings. They're all really good. So this is one of my resources in my store. And you see it's got this first image here. That's the cover image that we were talking about. And then you see you get 3 different preview images that the customers, when they hover over, it appears. And then you also see there's this view preview. If I click on that, a separate file opens. Now this is downloadable, so you got to be careful with what you put in that preview file. And as I mentioned, I do have templates for all of these, which I'm just going to spend 1 second showing you. We have this a couple thank you pages. We have 17 different cover images. These are those thumbnail, I keep saying preview images, they're thumbnail images, and then the preview files. Again, you can purchase those all. I sell them as a bundle, or they're included in my membership. So once you've done all that, it's going to be time to upload our product. So now I'm going to show you what that looks like, because this is where people seem to be having the most questions for me. So when you're on your store, it doesn't matter what page you're on. You'll probably log in and be on your dashboard, but you're going to click and you're going to hit add new product. Now on different screens, there's that button there, but if you just click the store looking icon, click add new product, you'll come to this page and it asks you what resource type you're uploading. Most of us are uploading a file, a Word document, a PowerPoint, a PDF, images. So you're going to click digital download. Sometimes we're uploading a video. Sometimes your files are inside Google Drive, like they're a Google form or a Google slide or etc. You also have the option to make easel activities. And then once you have multiple resources, and I'm assuming you don't if you're watching this video, you can bundle them. And then you just come here. You don't have to upload anything new. You just click that and you bundle your resources together. So for now, we're going to go to digital download. I'm going to walk you through these steps. So first, you're going to want to give your product a title, an SEO rich title. And then you're going to click this button to upload the file. Now, if it's just one file, great, you can upload it. If it's multiple files, you need to put it in a folder and compress it. And all that information is on this document. So it's going to tell you exactly what to do at each step. And again, we talked about the SEO rich title. Here's a training for you on that. Here's another training for you on that. It's not hyperlinked. I'll fix that by the time you download this. So the next step, and I know the image is on that document, but I'm just going to stay here on my TpT page. The next step is I need to upload my preview file. Again, I'm not going to get into too much detail on that, but that's the downloadable file. You get to select the length. If you made a video preview, you can upload that here. You see there is a size limit to both of these. Now it will automatically populate images from your product file if you don't tell it to, but you should have already created your own. That's what we talked about earlier in this video. So this is where you upload them. There's your cover and your 3 images. The next thing you see you need to do is write a description and select a price. Now, again, I have lots of resources for you. If you're looking to write your product description, you can watch this video. If you're in my membership, we have a custom chatbot that you can use that will write the product descriptions for you. You literally just upload your file. It asks you a couple questions to make sure it's reading everything right. You just say yes or no, and then it will write the product description for you. Of course, if you're not in my membership, you can still use ChatGPT. You're just going to have to write all the prompts yourself. However, this video will walk you through that. Now you do have to select the price. And again, I have another training video for you for that. You're also going to have to select your tax code. So let me come back over here to the TpT page. You see when you type in your price, let's say I'm selling this for $5. It's automatically going to give me a multiple license price. And that's if somebody purchases more than one of your product. This rarely happens, but if it does, if someone's being honest and buying the multiple licenses instead of just sharing it with their buddies, you want to give them a discount for doing so. Tax code, I think I always select other digital goods. Now, if you have one of these, you're going to select those, but most often it's other digital goods. Then you need to select your grade level. And TpT has come out and said the fewer grades you select, the better. So if it's ninth grade, just pick ninth grade. If it's fourth grade, just pick that. Then you need to select all these different options, subject area, and there's a lot. This has just been updated at the time of this recording. So you've got a lot of options in here, and you're going to scroll through and want to just kind of become familiar with that. Tags, you want to add tags. That's going to help the buyer find your product through what they're typing into search algorithms like Google, or even if they're on TpT doing a search, what you put here is going to help them find it. So you can select up to 6 tags. Again, just go through here and see what the different options are to see what best fits yours. Now, you don't have to do 6. Don't be dishonest with what you're picking. Format, this is things like if it's a PDF, if it's a Word document, if it's a Prezi or a Canva link, things like that. Finally, your custom category. Now, if you're watching this video, you haven't set these up because you're uploading your first product, but eventually you're going to want to make custom categories, and I believe I have that video in here as well. Yes, I do. It's right here. So there is a training video. You also are going to want to select your standards, your Common Core standards, if your subject area has Common Core standards. Now, the custom chatbot for my membership, it will get those for you. So if you don't have this custom chatbot, you can just find them on your own, obviously. As we continue with our upload, so this is where you select your standards. You see your options are ELA and math. You pick your grade and whatever, and then you find it. And you're going to select all that apply. And then, of course, if it's science, and you're going to find the NGSS standard, Texas and Virginia, you can do all that. One cool thing about Teachers Pay Teachers is the customer, it knows what state they're in. So if you add the Common Core standard and they're in a state, like I'm in Florida, we don't follow technically Common Core, we have something that's a little different, it'll automatically find the correlated standard based on what you uploaded for Common Core. So anyways, but if you know your Texas standard, or technically if you're in Texas and you're aligning yours to the Texas standards or the Virginia standards, use those. All right, then it wants to know the teaching duration. How long does this activity last? And you might not have an answer, like if it's an ebook, so it might be NA. It wants to know the number of pages or slides, and if there's an answer key included, or if there's a rubric, etc. Now, the last thing we have to fill out is the copyright information. Now, there are only 2 options. The first option is that every image on your worksheet or in your presentation or whatever this is that you've uploaded, all those images are your original work. It's your IP. You would click that. If it's not your IP, but you have permission to use it, so you purchased the copyright or you're using something where the copyright says you're allowed to use it in commercial products, then you would select that. Now, if you don't have permission to use it, obviously there is no box because you should not be doing that. Okay, then you can unclick this if you want to not make your product active. It'd save it in draft form, but obviously we're submitting ours because we're going to upload it. And it's pretty much uploads instantaneously from there. So that is how you upload your product. As I said, this 6-page PDF you're going to be able to download for free. I'll put the link in the product description for you so that you have access to all the training videos and the templates if you want those. I hope you found this helpful. If you would do me a favor, if you're enjoying this on my new YouTube page, would you like this video and subscribe to the channel to get more great videos just like this?